Video 3 on the way to the house. Orange and white trailer. So the word trailer means to follow after, right? And so you can see the orange and white trailer right there. This is third time on the way to lunch, on back from lunch, and on the way to the house. The orange and the white appeared. You might say, well, it only appeared because you thought about it. Exactly. That means time don't exist. It only appeared because you're aware of it or thinking about it. It was always there. Exactly. Everything's always here, right in front of you. It's always here. Look at this. Orange car, white truck. Look at this. Orange and white. But those things, except for the trailer I just showed you, those things are stable. I agree, but what we saw today was stuff that was moving. The second video and the first video, you saw stuff that was just appeared out of nowhere. And it was a sign, because I said an orange and white sign. The signs were all around me. And you might say, yeah, there's orange and white all the time. Exactly, that's my whole point. Look at this. Now, what's the chances of this? Look here. There's the orange and white sign. Video 3. There it is. It's leaning over, too. It fell over. Or maybe it's got a hinge on the bottom. I'm not sure. But there it is. Look at my first video. Orange and white. And look at all these cones they put out. Orange and white cones. So what does that mean? You might, if you're watching this, if you've never seen my videos about this, if you're watching this for the first time, what does that mean? Well, these dashes are repeating. The fence is repeating. Everything's a pattern. Everything's a pattern by the pie. The pie, T turn. If you watch my, look at that. They just painted that railing over there, orange and white. I'm not talking about this. This means something. I haven't decoded what the orange and white necessarily mean. Well, this is like double cross. The orange, yellow is like the cross. White is the righteousness of Christ. You're in your lane, right? You're cutting a path in your lane. You're on the blacktop, and the blacktop has speckles in it. If you look at the blacktop, it's white speckles. Black and white is the cross. You're actually playing, the playing field is the cross. The black and white checkered board is the cross, because it's got checkered crosses in it. Crosses which are check. That's why check means cross. Checkmate. Cross. Checkmate. Checkers. Check means cross. That's why they call it checkers. The black and white board. So you're walking around in a 3D avatar, 3D character, like you're down here. You're down here playing like a video game, but it's a Play-Doh reality. But your spirit is outside of this. If you're saved, your spirit man's seated in the heavenlies. And so everything that you need is right here. You just have to reach out and grab it. You just have to have faith and grab hold of it by faith. Whatever you need, a desire, if you're in tune with God, He will give you the desires. It's right. What I'm showing you is it's right here. If you can think it, it will appear. But it's going to appear based on your heart, your will, your emotions, your intellect, your state of being. If you have if you have a corrupt heart, what's going to appear? Corrupt stuff. The devil, they can't look. The Freemasons are not going to take away your free will. They're going to try to get you to give it away, but they can't do it. The devil's going to try his best to get you to beg for the 666, to beg for Babylon, to beg for the world, the flesh pride. The devil wants you to ask. The Freemasons say, if you need anything, just ask. If you want to join, just ask. That's what they say in all their businesses. If it's a Freemason business, they'll have a business card. They'll have some kind of card, and then somewhere in fine print, if you need anything, just ask. It's Freemason. The devil can't make you. He can try to pressure you to worship himself or worship yourself, but he can't make you. And any agent of the devil, they can't. You have a free will. And those who give their will over to the system, they become minions of the system, and they will rise up faster. But God ain't. You don't. God is going to give you what you need. God's not. God doesn't support greed, right? He's not going to. God is not a. God doesn't support greed, even though it's superabundance everywhere. Cornucopia, superabundance is everywhere. And God wants to give you abundance, but if your heart is greedy, then you're going to have to be purged from that. That's going to have to be cut out. You might say, well, if that's the desire, okay, so yeah, you might get stuff, but you might be in debt up to your eyeballs. My point is, you're going to get the desire of your heart, but are you going to get it freely, in abundance, or are you going to get it in greed and in debt and in misery? I want that woman over there. Okay, so I marry her, and she's not the right one, and what happens? You get her, but you have trouble with a capital T. And then you end up in the court system, the lawyer, and you end up having more trouble with that fake desire that you wanted. Yeah, you can have it, but is it in tune with the word, with the truth? And so you're going to get that Jezebel or Delilah, but you're going to get trouble at the same time. But God's going to try to block that if you're His. He scourges every son He receives. If He tries to block you, but you keep going, okay, you want it? I'll give it to you. The universe is a reproduction, but it's going to be blocked. It's going to be blocked. But if you keep on, He's going to let you have it, and it's going to be miserable. You're going to end up paying for it. Everything has a cost. Everything's a reproduction. Everything is a payback. Everything is an offering. Everything is a gift and a sacrifice and an offering and a reflection. And anything that you can think of, it's all together. And how it works is like a story. And it blows your mind if you really sit down and meditate on it and fathom and write down all the data points. And you sit here and think about reap what you sow, reflection, desire of your heart, and this, that, and you just keep writing stuff down, some key Bible points, reap what you sow, and all that stuff. And then you tie it all together. It's like, how can it all be happening at the same time? Because it's a holographic story, and it's a series. It's a series of steps, and a series of reflections, and a series of images. And as you progress through the cycles, you learn to be more content with less stuff and less people around you, less stuff, and you would rather be single-minded, and it works out better that way. But if you have 25 things going on, it all gets jumbled in together and it's playing back in such a way you can't really know what's happening. But if you get single-minded, you can actually see it working out faster and smoother.